Hello everyone. Our today's lecture is route of drug administration. A route of drug administration is path by which drug, fluid, poison or any other substance is brought into the contact of the body. So, different channels of the drug administration like enteral, parenteral and topical. Mainly these three channels through which drug enter in the body. So first one is enteral. So in enteral, it concludes the route like oral, sublingual, buccal and rectal. These are the different routes through which drug administration in intestine. So oral route. So oral refers to two method of administration. Applying topically to the mouth या फिर swallowing of the drug and absorption along with the gastrointestinal tract into the systemic circulation. So in oral route, the short form is the PO. The abbreviation PO means per oral for the oral route of drug administration. Advantage of oral route of drug administration are it is convenient, patient can be take self-administration, pain-free and easy to intake. Absorption take place along with the whole length of gastrointestinal tract and it is cheap compared to the other parenteral route of drug administration. These are the main three advantages: convenient, absorption in the whole intestine and cheap compared to other routes. Disadvantage of oral route of drug administration. So onset of action is slow, so peak effect is also delayed. Sometimes inefficient, if only part of the drug may be absorbed because of irregular absorption. Unpleasant taste of some drugs and irritation to the gastric mucosa cause the nausea and vomiting to the patient. Drug causing this like NSAIDs, iron and chloroquine. Destruction of the drug by the gastric acid and digestive juice, drugs like insulin and penicillin G. Unable to use in unconscious patient. First pass metabolism. Drug absorbs orally or initially goes to the liver through portal vein and then goes to the systemic circulation. So these are the main disadvantage of oral route. Slow action, irregular absorption, can cause nausea or vomiting, cannot be used in unconscious patient and first pass metabolism. So what is first pass effect or first pass metabolism? So hepatic metabolism of pharmacological agent or drug when it is absorbed from the gut, delivered to the liver via portal circulation. So greater the first pass metabolism, less the drug reach to the systemic circulation. A drug like morphine and nitroglycerin has the high first pass metabolism, so less goes to the systemic circulation. Okay, so here we can see from the GI tract through portal vein drug goes to the liver and through liver it goes to the systemic circulation. So in the liver there will be first pass metabolism, so ultimately less drug reach to the general systemic circulation. Okay, now which are the oral doses form which can be given by oral route of drug administration? So we can give tablets, capsule, liquids, solutions, suspensions, syrup, elixir. These are the different doses form which can be given by oral administration. Okay, the second one is the sublingual route. So sublingual means we have to place the drug or medicine under the tongue. So advantage is rapidly absorbed from the sublingual mucosa. So here we have to keep medicine or drug beneath the tongue. So what are the advantage of sublingual route? So drug absorption is quick, bypass the first pass metabolism, quick termination of the drug action and economically cheap compared to other routes. Disadvantage: unpalatable and bitter drugs can spit out by the patient, irritation of the oral mucosa, large quantity of drugs cannot be given by this route and only few drugs are absorbed through this route. These are the disadvantage of sublingual routes. Third one is the buccal route. Buccal means buccal pouch. So here we have to keep the drug between the gums and inner lining of the cheek, which is called buccal pouch. So here drug absorbs from the buccal mucosa. Here you can see in the slide in figure A, just apply the drug. In figure B, after 1 hour of the drug. Figure C, after 5 hours of the drug. And figure D, after 10 hours the drug is absorbed in the buccal pouch. Advantage of buccal route of drug administration. So here also bypass the first pass metabolism because drug not enter into the intestine, not goes to the liver, not goes to the first pass metabolism. Okay, rapidly absorption is also an advantage and drug stability is good compared to other route. Disadvantage of buccal route. Inconvenience. Advantage loss if the patient is swallow the drug and small dose limit means high dose cannot be put in buccal mucosa. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of buccal route. Okay, now rectal route. So we can use rectal route in mainly children. Here we can also bypass the first pass metabolism. Can be used in the vomiting if an unconscious patient. Higher concentration of drug rapidly achieved. These are the disadvantage of advantage of rectal route of drug administration. Disadvantage like absorption is slow and irritating. Irritation and inflammation of the rectal mucosa can occur. Inconvenient and patient may feel embarrassment because of rectal drug administration. So here in figure you can see through the rectal sphincter you have to put the drug into rectum. So which are the example? So suppository or enema. These are the doses form by we have to give in rectal route. Drug like aspirin, theophylline and chlorpromazine can be given through this route. Okay, now systemic or parenteral route of drug administration. So parenteral administration is injection or infusion of the drugs by the needle or catheter into the body. So the term parenterals basically comes from the Greek word para. Para means outside, entron means intestine. Matlab outside of the intestine, so directly into the vein or artery. So this route of drug administration also bypass the first pass metabolism because drug does not goes to the intestine, so does not goes to the liver, so bypass the first pass metabolism. Okay, now which are the different route of drug administration through systemic or parenteral route? So injection like intravenous directly in vein, artery, intramuscular in the muscle, subcutaneous in the subcutaneous tissue, intraarterial means intra-artery, intra-articular means in the joint, intrathecal and intradermal means in the skin. Other route is inhalation through lungs. So these are the different systemic parenteral route of drug administration. Advantage of parenteral drug administration. So advantage is rapid, extensive and predictable effect. Can be given patient with vomiting, can be given patient unconscious and uncooperative. Disadvantage. So disadvantage is chance of infectious is high, pain at the site of injection, self-administration of the drug is not possible and costly compared to oral dosage forms. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of parenteral systemic dosage form systemic route. Okay, first one is the intravenous. So intravenous, so mainly in the directly in the vein. So here bioavailability is 100%. Matlab absorption of drug into the systemic circulation is 100% because bypass the first pass metabolism. Desired blood concentration can be achieved. Quick and predictable action because drug directly goes to the systemic circulation. Large quantity of drug can be given. Can be used in patient of vomiting, diarrhea. Can be used in emergency situation. It bypass the first pass metabolism and gastric manipulation can be avoided. Disadvantage of intravenous route. So oily preparation, suspension and colloidal solution cannot be given by this route because chance of embolism, irritation and cellulitis can occur, locally vein thrombophlebitis can occur, repeated injection are not feasible, less safety, technical assistance required, chance of infection is high, cost is very high and less convenient and painful. These are the disadvantage of intravenous route of drug administration. Okay, so intravenously drug can be given as a bolus. Bolus means directly state injection. Slowly means injection given slowly. या फिर slow infusion means injection given through infusion through pint. So mainly by three method we can give IV injection. Directly bolus, slowly injection and through slowly infusion in drug in the pint. Okay, second one is intramuscular route. So advantage of intramuscular route: absorption is reasonable, uniform, vascularity of the muscle is good, so absorption is rapid than subcutaneous route. Rapid onset of action, mild irritation can occur. Here also we can bypass the first pass metabolism, gastric factors can be avoided, and depot preparation can be given by intramuscular route. Disadvantage of intramuscular route: only up to 10 ml of injection or fluid can be given by this route. Local pain and abscess can occur. Very expensive compared to oral dosage form. Chance of infection is there, and chance of nerve damage and nerve paralysis is there in intramuscular route. So these are the advantage of intramuscular route. Now, site of intramuscular injection. Which are the place? Then there can be we give intramuscular injection. So here in figure you can see midpoint between spinal column and mid-axillary line, iliac crest, midpoint between iliac crest and greater trochanter of the femur, and course of sciatic nerve. So we have to give this intramuscular injection in the buttocks in the upper and outer quadrant. Okay, so you have to remember upper and outer quadrant in the buttocks you have to give intramuscular injection. Other side is on the deltoid, another is on the thigh. So you can give intramuscular injection is thigh, deltoid या फिर upper and outer quadrant of the buttocks. Okay, now third route is the subcutaneous route. So injection we have to give under the skin, mainly in the subcutaneous tissue. Here absorption is slow, so action is prolonged. Okay. Now one product is implant. What is implant? So implant is a tablet or porous capsule inserted into the loose subcutaneous tissue by the incision of the skin. Then we have to stitch up the skin. Okay, so here we have to first incision of the skin we have to make, then the subcutaneous tissue we have to put the tablet or capsule, then we have to stitch up the skin. So example like certain hormonal drugs we can give by this method. It is called implant. We are doing implant in the subcutaneous tissue. Okay, advantage of subcutaneous route and disadvantage. So advantage is effect is sustained and uniform. Suspension, colloidal या oily preparation can be given. We can't give this preparation in intramuscular route, but we can give this preparation suspension oily preparation in subcutaneous route. Okay, highly suitable for the depot preparation. Self administration can be possible, like insulin. Patient can self administration insulin take. So these are the advantage. Now disadvantage of the subcutaneous route: vascularity is poor in subcutaneous tissue compared to muscular. Cannot be used in emergency situation. Irritant drugs are very painful because of high nerve supply in the subcutaneous tissue. Very small volume of the drug, only 2 ml of the drug can inject in the subcutaneous tissue. Repeated injection on the same site can cause the lipoatrophy. So these are the mainly disadvantage. Slow, poor vascularity, emergency situation we cannot use. Chance of pain is very high. Only we can give 2 ml of volume of injection, and repeated injection can cause lipoatrophy. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of subcutaneous route. So what is depot preparation? This is the preparation we can put in subcutaneous tissue. So these are the depot preparation. Dermojet, mainly insulin. Palate implantation, mainly in the DOCA and testosterone. These are the two hormones we can give in the palate form. Biodegradable and non-biodegradable, mainly Cialis product implantation. So like progestin implant. Insulin pump, like continuous subcutaneous insulin pump, CSII. These are the different depot preparation by through which can give this injection in subcutaneous tissue. In Dermojet, example is insulin. In palate, example is DOCA and testosterone hormone. In biodegradable and non-biodegradable implantation, example is progestin and an insulin pump. So here you can see in the figure the palate implantation beneath the skin in the subcutaneous tissue. So here you can see the injection goes to the hormone pellets, goes to the subcutaneous tissue. This is the pellet insertion instrument. It goes to the epidermis, dermis and subcutaneous tissue where he keeps the pellets, hormone pellets. Okay, these are the different implantation pellets. Implanon, this is the brand name. These are the pellets. This is insulin pump, continuous systemic insulin insertion pump. Okay, dosage instruction are entered into the pump's small computer and then appropriate amount of insulin then injected in the body. So this is the insulin pump through which you have to adjust the dose according to your blood sugar level, and then automatically dose entered the subcutaneous tissue. It is called insulin pump. Okay, other route is intradermal or transcutaneous route. The drug is given within the skin layer between the dermis and epidermis. It is very painful, mainly used for the testing of allergic gas sensitivity of the drugs like penicillin drugs, anti-tetanus serum. These are the most allergic drugs for which we have to first give this sensitivity testing and then we have to give whole dose of the drug. One other one is the inoculation. We can inoculate the vaccine like smallpox vaccine into this intradermal or transcutaneous route. Okay, so here is the final slide of systemic circulation or parenteral circulation route. Okay, so intramuscular. Okay, you can see the four layers of this epidermis, dermis, subcutaneous tissue and muscle. These are the main four layers. So in intramuscular, we can directly inject the drug, directly insert the needle into the muscle and then give the drugs. In subcutaneous, we are giving the drug in the subcutaneous tissue. The needle is in subcutaneous tissue. In intravenously, we are giving drug in vein or artery. So here needle is in the vessels. Intradermally, the drug is given between the epidermis and dermis. So the needle goes to the between the two layer of epidermis and dermis. So different angle is required for this type of injection. For the intramuscular injection, you have to keep 90 degree of angle. You can see in the figure 90 degree of angle directly goes needle to the muscle. For the subcutaneous tissue, you have to keep 45 degree of angle. Okay, for the subcutaneous tissue, 45 degree of angle. So drug goes to the subcutaneous tissue. For the intravenous route, you have to keep 15 to 30 degree of angle to the skin. Angle to the skin. So intravenous, for the intravenous, 15 to 30 degree of angle for the directly to the vessel. And for the intradermal, parallel to the skin, 0 degree angle, almost parallel goes to the skin. Okay, so you have to remember the angles. For the intramuscular 90 degree, for the subcutaneous tissue route 45 degree, for the intravenous route 15 to 30 degree, and for the intradermal 0 degree parallel to the skin. By this route, by this type of angle, the drug can goes to the intramuscular, subcutaneous, intravenous या फिर intradermal form. Okay, which are the other parenteral route of drug administration other than intramuscular, intravenous and subcutaneous? Which are the other parenteral routes? So intra-arterial, arterial means artery, directly goes drug into the artery. Okay, so for the diagnostic purpose mainly it is used. Angiography. Okay, so angiography in coronary and other peripheral artery disease. So for the angiography, we can give drug or dye directly into the coronary artery. For the therapy, anti-cancer drug, for the local effect, we can directly give into the artery. Advantages: high local concentration. Disadvantages: strict aseptic precaution required and expertise is required because we are giving drug directly into the major arteries. So aseptic precaution is required and doctor expertise is also required. So intra-arterial means directly into the artery, mainly for the angiography or for the anti-cancer drug administration. Okay, second one is the intra-articular. Articular means in the joint. So injection is in the joint space, mainly in the synovial fluid for the local effect. So example of the drug like steroids and gold salts given in the patient of arthritis, directly we can give steroid injection into the joint. Advantage of this route. So high local concentration is advantage and disadvantage is same. Strict aseptic precaution is required and too frequent injection can damage the joint. Okay? If we are giving repeated injection in the same joint, the chance of damage to the joint is there. These are the advantage and disadvantage of intra-articular administration. Okay, here you can see in the figure, the drug is given as synovial fluid between the two bones, mainly in the knee joints. We can give directly intra-articular injection of the steroid. Okay, now which are the other routes? So intraperitoneal route. So here we have to give injection between the two layer of peritoneum. It is called intraperitoneal route. Other one is the intrathecal route. So here injection is the subarachnoid space. It is called intrathecal route. Epidural route. Here we have to give injection between the lining of spinal canal and between the dura mater. Okay, between spinal canal and dura mater we have to give injection. It is called epidural route. Intramedullary route. Here we have to give injection into directly bone marrow. Intracardiac. Directly injection into the myocardium or ventricular space. It is called intracardiac route. Subconjunctival drug administration means beneath the conjunctiva of the eye. Intraventricular route means directly drug administration into the brain ventricle. These are the different route of parenteral administration like intraperitoneal, intrathecal, epidural, intramedullary, intracardiac, subconjunctival and intraventricular. Okay, now one specific route is inhalation route. So which are the drugs can be given by inhalation route? So gaseous and volatile agents and aerosols are given by inhalation routes. Advantage. Which are the advantage? So because of large surface area, thin membrane which separate the alveoli from the circulation, and because of high blood flow, because of all these three things, the high rapid onset of action because of rapid access to the circulation of the drug. So these are the advantages: large surface area, thin membranes, high blood flow, ultimately rapid action to the circulation. Disadvantage. So disadvantage is most addictive route of administration because directly drug hit to the brain. So chance of addiction is more because drug directly goes to the systemic circulation and directly goes to the brain. So chance of addiction is there in patient. Difficulty in regulating the exact amount of the dose. We cannot regulate exact amount of the drug which are going to go to the lungs. Sometimes patient having difficulty in giving themselves as a drug by inhalation. Self administration is sometimes difficult for the patient. So these are the main three disadvantages of this inhalation route. Chance of addiction is there, drug regulating exact amount is difficult, and patient find difficulty in inhalation route. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the inhalation route device. It is called MDI, meter dose inhaler, mainly used by the asthmatic or COPD patient. Okay, now oral route is over, parenteral route is over. Now we are going to the topical route of drug administration. It is the mainly application of the drug directly to the surface of the skin. So it includes the administration of the drug to the mucous membrane, like directly into the eye, directly into the nose, directly ear, directly in the lungs, directly vagina, directly into urethra, directly in the colon. These are all the topical route of drug administration. So here in figure you can see directly drops in the nose, you have to directly in drops, eye drops, you have to directly ear drops. Okay. So doses form for the topical administration. So for the skin, we can apply creams, ointment, lotion, gel, transdermal patches and disc. These are the different doses form we can directly apply on the skin. For the eye and ear, we can directly use solutions, suspensions or ointment. And for the nose and lungs, we can use spray and powder. So these are all the topical doses forms. Okay, now which are the advantage of topical routes? So first one is the local effects. Second one is the not well absorbed into the deep layer of the skin. So chance of less systemic side effect. Disadvantage: irritate drugs cannot be given. Chance of allergic reaction is, and spray for the inhalation through nose may cause the local or systemic side effects. So these are the disadvantages: irritation, allergic reaction, and systemic side effects. Okay, one most important topic is ट्रांसडर्मल थेराप्यूटिक सिस्टम या फिर ट्रांसडर्मल सिस्टम TDS, ट्रांसडर्मल सिस्टम या फिर TTS, ट्रांसडर्मल थेराप्यूटिक सिस्टम. It is a important short question. So what is this TTS? So absorption of the drug through skin into the systemic circulation. It is called TTS. Advantage: uniform, sustained, prolonged, and stable blood levels can achieved. It can bypass the first pass metabolism. These are the two advantages. Disadvantage of this system: may drop unnoticed, means unnoticeably patient can drop this system, या फिर may stick to the other person and produce the toxicity. Okay, here you can see this patch. This is called the transdermal patch. The patient have applied in this arms. ठीक है, उसने आर्म पे लगाया है जो पैच है. ठीक है, वो पैच में 4 लेयर्स होते हैं. ये याद रखना, आपको शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन में लिखना पड़ेगा कौन से 4 लेयर्स होते हैं TTH में. ठीक है, तो सबसे पीछे वाला जो लेयर है वो है क्लियर बैकिंग लेयर. उसके अंदर होगा ड्रग रिजर्वोयर लेयर जिसमें होगी ड्रग. उसके आगे होगी ड्रग रिलीजिंग मेम्ब्रेन जहाँ से ड्रग रिलीज होगी. और उसके आगे होगा कॉन्टेक्ट एडेसिव की जो एडेसिव होगी कि जो स्किन पे चिपक जाएगी. तो मेनली 4 लेयर होगी. ठीक है, क्लियर बेकिंग लेयर, ड्रग रिजर्वोयर लेयर, ड्रग रिलीजिंग मेम्ब्रेन एंड कॉन्टेक्ट एडहेसिव टैप. So finally this tape attached to the skin of the arm. So it is called transdermal patch. Advantage is uniform, sustained, prolonged, stable blood level can achieve and bypass the first pass metabolism. Disadvantage: unnoticeably patient can drop it, या फिर it can stick to the other person and cause the toxicity. Which are the drugs can be given by this route? Transdermal patch. So nicotine patch is available, glyceryl trinitrate patch is available. ठीक है, या फिर नाइट्रोग्लिसरीन पैच. So these are the patch available in the form of transdermal patch, GTN, glyceryl trinitrate, and nicotine patch. Another one is the fentanyl. Fentanyl patch is also available for the TTS system. Okay, now टाइम अंटिल द इफेक्ट मीन्स कितना टाइम, कितना लेग टाइम होगा जब भी हम ड्रग देंगे और कितने टाइम पे एक्शन स्टार्ट होगी. ठीक है, रूट ऑफ ड्रग एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड टाइम अंटिल द इफेक्ट. तो देखो, अगर हम इंट्रावेनसली ड्रग दे रहे तो आफ्टर 30 to 60 सेकंड्स ड्रग विल इफेक्ट. इंट्राओसियस मीन्स इन द बोन, सो सेम 30 to 60 seconds. एंडोट्रेकियल मीन्स थ्रू ट्रेकिया 2 to 3 minutes. Inhalation means inhalation through nose या फिर mouth 2 to 3 minutes. Sublingual means beneath the tongue 3 to 5 minutes. Intramuscular means in the muscle 10 to 20 minutes. Subcutaneous beneath the subcutaneous tissue 15 to 30 minutes. Rectal route 5 to 30 minutes. Oral injection 30 to 90 minutes longest. Transdermal patch, it is variable. In some patient in minutes, in some patient it can take hours. So here the different route and time to reach the effect. Okay, so shortest time is intravenous route, means if we give directly drug into the vein, so directly action start within the 1 minute. And longest is in the oral injection. अगर आप orally drug ले रहे हो तो it can take 30 to 90 minutes to start the action of the drug. So in emergency patient we have to use intravenous route, and for the stable patient we can use injection route. So different factors depends for the choosing of these routes. Okay, no single method of drug administration is ideal for the all drugs and for the all circumstances. मतलब एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ ड्रग इज डिपेंड्स ऑन ड्रग्स एंड डिपेंड्स ऑफ पेशेंट. दोनों पे डिपेंड करती है कि कौन सी ड्रग देनी है, कौन से रूट से देनी है और कौन से पेशेंट में देनी है. ओके, सो सिलेक्शन ऑफ रूट, हाउ कैन वी सिलेक्ट द रूट कि कौन से रूट से कौन सी ड्रग कौन से पेशेंट में देनी है. ओके, सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन 3: ड्रग्स, पेशेंट एंड डिजीज. 3 फैक्टर्स. ठीक है, ड्रग्स पे डिपेंड करता है, पेशेंट पे डिपेंड करता है, और कौन से डिजीज का पेशेंट है उस पर भी डिपेंड करता है कि कौन से रूट से ड्रग देनी है। Okay, so drug factor, which are the drug factors? So it depends on physical property of the drugs. It is capsule, tablet, sublingual tablets. It also depends on chemical property. It is acid, alkali or acidic. It also depends on the nature of the drug. Depends on absorption. High rapidly absorbed drug है कि slow absorbing drug है. Depends on bioavailability and depends on plasma half life. These are the drug factors from which we can choose the route of drug administration. So which are the drug factors? Physical property, chemical property, nature of the drug, absorption of the drug, bioavailability of the drug and plasma half-life of the drug. Okay, now which are the patient factors? So these are the patient factors. Condition of the patient. If patient is stable, then patient can take orally drugs. If patient in unconscious, uncooperative, and in serious emergency condition, then we have to give intravenous route. It also depends on associated disease. Patient को और कोई डिजीज है वो भी डिपेंड्स करता है. डिपेंड्स ऑन पेशेंट्स पर्सनालिटी, इसके पर भी डिपेंड करता है. कुछ पेशेंट को ओरल रूट अच्छा नहीं लगता, कुछ पेशेंट को इंजेक्शन रूट अच्छा नहीं लगता. एंड कन्वीनियंस ऑफ द पेशेंट. ठीक है, तो दिस आर द पेशेंट फैक्टर्स for the selection of the route. Condition of the patient, associated disease of the patient, personality of the patient and convenience to the patient. Now disease factor. So if patient is in emergency situation या फिर in the poisoning, we have to give IV routes. Patient require local action या फिर systemic action. तो ये भी डिपेंड करेगा कि कौन से रूट आप चॉइस करना. अगर लोकल रूट चाहिए पेशेंट को तो यू कैन यूज टॉपिकली. अगर सिस्टेमिक रूट चाहिए तो यू हैव टू गिव थ्रू पेरेंटल रूट्स. तो दिस आर द डिजीज फैक्टर. ठीक है, तो दिस आर द मेन 3 फैक्टर्स ऑन विच सिलेक्शन ऑफ द रूट इज डिपेंड्स. ड्रग फैक्टर्स, पेशेंट फैक्टर्स एंड डिजीज फैक्टर्स. Okay, so these are the different route of drug administration by which we can give the drugs. Okay, so let's revise fastly. So which are the route of administration? So mainly enteral, parenteral and topical. Okay, so in enteral you are already known which are the route in enteral. So oral, sublingual, buccal and rectal. In oral we have to drug mainly tablet, capsule, syrup, mixture in oral form. In sublingual we have to keep the drug beneath the tongue. In buccal we have to keep the drug between the gums and cheeks in buccal pouch. And in rectal we can directly give drug into the rectum. So oral route, इसका एब्रीवेशन है PO, पर ओरल. इट इज इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं PO. ओके, एडवांटेज है इसका कि सेल्फ पेशेंट ले सकता है, एब्सॉर्प्शन अच्छा है और सस्ती है, चीप है कंपेयर टू पेरेंटल. डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि स्लोली एक्शन देती है, चांस ऑफ इरेगुलर एब्सॉर्प्शन, डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द ड्रग बाय गैस्ट्रिक एसिड एंड अनकॉन्शियस एंड अनकोऑपरेटिव पेशेंट में हम नहीं दे सकते. और मेन डिसएडवांटेज फॉर द ओरल रूट इज bypass the first pass. It can cause the first pass metabolism. So systemic circulation में drug कम पहुंचती है. First pass metabolism means hepatic metabolism the drug before the going to the systemic circulation. और कौन से डोजेस फॉर्म ओरली दे सकती है? तो टैबलेट, कैप्सूल, लिक्विड सॉल्यूशन, सिरप. Sublingual, most time पे short question, sublingual route. So drug we have to keep beneath the tongue. So bypass the first pass metabolism. It is the main advantage. एंड रैपिड एक्शन. डिसएडवांटेज है कि अगर बीटर है तो फिर इरिटेट करती है तो पेशेंट कैन स्पीट आउट. बक्कल रूट में बिटवीन द गम्स एंड चिक्स यू कैन गिव दिस ड्रग. हियर ऑल्सो यू कैन बाईपास द फर्स्ट पास मेटाबॉलिज्म बिकॉज ड्रग्स नॉट गोइंग टू द लीवर. डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि पेशेंट अगर स्वेलो कर गया तो ड्रग की इफेक्ट नहीं आएगी. रेक्टल रूट मेनली फॉर द चिल्ड्रन एंड अनकॉन्शियस एंड अनकोऑपरेटिव पेशेंट के लिए यूज किया जाता है. इसका एक डिसएडवांटेज है कि एब्सॉर्प्शन स्लोली है एंड इरिटेशन हो सकता है लोकली रेक्टम में, इसलिए पेशेंट को एम्बेरसमेंट हो सकता है, इसलिए ये रूट जनरली अवॉइड करते हैं. ओके, पेरेंटल रूट में कौन से हैं? तो इंजेक्शन इंट्रावेनसली, इंट्रामस्कुलर, सबक्यूटेनियस, इंट्रा आर्टेरियल, इंट्रा आर्टिकुलर, इंट्राथिकल एंड इंट्राडर्मल. यू हैव टू कीप रिमेंबर द एंगल्स, कौन से एंगल्स में कौन से इंजेक्शन देना है. एडवांटेज क्या है पेरेंटल रूट्स का? तो रैपिडली एक्शन है, वॉमिटिंग वाले पेशेंट में, अनकोऑपरेटिव पेशेंट में, अनकॉन्शियस पेशेंट में दे सकते हैं एंड बाईपास द फर्स्ट पास मेटाबॉलिज्म क्योंकि डायरेक्टली हम ड्रग्स वेन में दे रहे हैं, वेसल्स में दे रही है. डिसएडवांटेज है कि चांस ऑफ इन्फेक्शन आया है क्योंकि डायरेक्टली हम वेन में इंजेक्शन दे रहे हैं. पेन द लोकल साइट हो सकती है एंड पेशेंट खुद नहीं ले सकता इंजेक्शन, पेशेंट ओरल ड्रग ले सकता है, टैबलेट ले सकता है खुद, लेकिन इसमें सेल्फ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पॉसिबल नहीं है। तो इंट्रावेनस में हम डायरेक्टली पेशेंट के वेन में, ठीक है, देते हैं इंजेक्शन। एडवांटेज तो मेनली बाईपास द फर्स्ट पास मेटाबॉलिज्म 100% वायबिलिटी होगी। लार्ज क्वांटिटी ऑफ ड्रग दे सकते हैं, वॉमिटिंग वाले पेशेंट में इमरजेंसी कंडीशन में दे सकते हैं। डिसएडवांटेज इसका ये है कि लोकली थ्रोम्बोफ्लेबाइटिस, सेलुलाइटिस, इरिटेशन हो सकता है, साइड इफेक्ट इसमें ज़्यादा रहती है एंड कॉस्ट ज़्यादा होगी कंपेयर टू ओरल ड्रग्स। इंट्रावेनस में 3 फॉर्म में दे सकते हैं। बोलस मतलब डायरेक्ट इंजेक्शन, स्लो मतलब इंजेक्शन लेकिन स्लो फॉर्म में, इन्फ्यूजन मतलब पाइंट में ड्रग डाल के उसको इन्फ्यूजन के फॉर्म में देंगे। इंट्रामस्कुलर मीन्स डायरेक्टली इन द मसल। तो इसका भी एडवांटेज है कि वास्कुलरिटी मसल की अच्छी होगी तो एब्सॉर्प्शन अच्छा होगा, रैपिड एक्शन होगी, इसमें भी फर्स्ट पास मेटाबॉलिज्म बाईपास हो जाएगा। मेनली डीपर प्रिपरेशन के लिए यूज होता है इंट्रामस्कुलर। डिसएडवांटेज इसमें है कि 10 ml से ज़्यादा ड्रग नहीं दे सकते, लोकल एक्सेस पेन होने के चांस है, लोकल इन्फेक्शन के चांस है और नर्व डैमेज के चांस रहते हैं। कौन से साइड में आयन इंजेक्शन दे सकते हैं, तो मेनली अपर एंड आउटर क्वाड्रेंट ऑफ द ग्लूटियस मसल या फिर बटक्स, डेल्टोइड मसल एंड द थाई। ओके, तीसरा जो पैरेंटल लोड है वो सबक्यूटेनियस, बीनीथ द सबक्यूटेनियस टिश्यू, बीनीथ द स्किन, ठीक है। तो इसमें हम मेनली इम्प्लांट देते हैं सबक्यूटेनियस टिश्यू में। ओके, एडवांटेज क्या होता है, तो इसमें भी रैपिड एक्शन देती है, डीपर प्रिपरेशन में यूज कर सकते हैं। डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि इसमें इमरजेंसी कंडीशन में यूज नहीं कर सकते एंड वेरी स्मॉल है, ओनली 2 ml की ड्रग इसमें दे सकते हैं, इससे ज़्यादा सबक्यूटेनियस इंजेक्शन नहीं दे सकते बिकॉज ऑफ चांस ऑफ लाइपोएट्रोफी। तो डीपर प्रिपरेशन जो कि हम सबक्यूटेनियस फॉर्म में देते हैं वो है डर्मोजेट, पैलेट, इम्प्लांट एंड पम्प, इंसुलिन पम्प। दिस आर द एग्जांपल फॉर द डीपर प्रिपरेशन। दिस आर द डर्मोजेट, देखो ये पैलेट सबक्यूटेनियस लिए दे रहे हैं, ये डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ पैलेट्स हैं, और ये सबक्यूटेनियस इंजेक्शन, इंसुलिन पंप। फोर्थ वन जो पैरेंटल रूट है वो इंट्राडर्मल या ट्रांसक्यूटेनियस, मतलब बिटवीन द 2 लेयर ऑफ डर्मिस एंड एपिडर्मिस। इसमें प्रॉब्लम है कि ये पेनफुल रहता है, सो मेनली फॉर द टेस्टिंग ऑफ सेंसिटिविटी, मतलब एलर्जिक टेस्टिंग के लिए ये रूट यूज करता है, बाकी जनरली ये रूट हम अवॉइड करते हैं। दिस आर द डिफरेंट एंगल्स, यू हैव टू कीप दिस रिमेंबर एंगल, ठीक है। इंट्रामस्कुलर के 90 डिग्री, सबक्यूटेनियस 45, इंट्रावेनस 15 to 30, इंट्राडर्मल पैरेलल टू द स्किन। ओके, विच आर द अदर रूट्स, तो इंट्रा आर्टेरियल मीन्स डायरेक्टली इनटू द आर्टरी, मेनली एंजियोग्राफी एंड एंटी कैंसर ड्रग्स के लिए। इंट्रा आर्टिकुलर मीन्स इन द जॉइंट, फॉर ड्रग्स लाइक स्टीरॉइड कैन बी गिवन इन द जॉइंट। अदर रूट्स like intraperitoneum, intrathecal, epidural, intramedullary, intracardiac, subconjunctival and intraventricular. इनहेलेशन रूट ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, एमडी एमिटेड डोज मेनली अस्थमा के पेशेंट यूज करते हैं। एडवांटेज है कि लार्ज सरफेस एरिया होगा, तो हाई ब्लड वॉल्यूम होगा, तो डायरेक्टली ड्रग रैपिडली एब्सॉर्ब हो जाएगी। डिसएडवांटेज है कि पेशेंट को एडिक्शन हो जाता है ड्रग के, क्योंकि डायरेक्टली ड्रग ब्रेन में जाती है। देखो ये है एमडीआई फॉर द इनहेलेशन रूट, मीटर डोज इनहेलर अस्थमा के पेशेंट के लिए। टॉपिकल रूट डायरेक्टली टॉपिकली दे सकते हैं, आई में, नोज में, ईयर में, लंग्स में, वजाइना, यूरेथ्रा एंड कॉलन्स में। देखो आई में, ईयर में, नोज में। दिस आर द टॉपिकल फॉर्म, डोजेस फॉर्म, क्रीम्स, ऑइंटमेंट, लोशन, जेल, ट्रांसडर्मल पैच एंड डिस्क यू कैन यूज टॉपिकली। ऑल्सो यू कैन यूज इन आई एंड ईयर एंड नॉइज एंड लंग्स। एडवांटेज है कि लोकल एक्शन होगी, सिस्टमिक साइड इफेक्ट कम होगी। डिसएडवांटेज है कि इरिटेशन या फिर एलर्जिक रिएक्शन के चांस इसमें रहते हैं थोड़े। ये इंपॉर्टेंट शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन, ट्रांसडर्मल पैच या फिर ट्रांसडर्मल थेरापेटिक सिस्टम, तो आपको इसमें आप इसमें सारे लेयर पता होने चाहिए, कौन सा है क्लियरिंग बेकिंग लेयर, उसके बाद ड्रग रिजर्वोयर लेयर, उसके बाद ड्रग रिलीजिंग मेम्ब्रेन, और सबसे आगे कॉन्टैक्ट एडहेसिव जो एडेशन होगा हमारी स्किन पे। एडवांटेज रहता है कि यूनिफॉर्म सस्टेन ब्लड लेवल अचीव हो सकता है, फर्स्ट पास बाईपास कर सकते हैं। डिसएडवांटेज है कि पेशेंट अननोटिसली ड्रॉप कर सकता है या फिर दूसरे पेशेंट को चिपक जाता है, तो टॉक्सिसिटी के चांस रहते हैं। यह है डिफरेंट टाइम कि जब आप इंजेक्शन दो और कितने टाइम में इफेक्ट देती है ड्रग, ठीक है। तो शॉर्टेस्ट टाइम आपको पता होना चाहिए कि इंट्रावेनस रूट 30 to 60 सेकंड में ड्रग की इफेक्ट स्टार्ट होगी, और लॉन्गेस्ट जो है वो है ओरल इंजेक्शन, जिसमें 30 to 90 मिनट्स में ड्रग की इफेक्ट स्टार्ट होगी। ओके, 3 फैक्टर्स कि जिस पे डिपेंड करता है कि कौन से रूट से ड्रग देनी है, तो ड्रग फैक्टर, पेशेंट फैक्टर एंड डिजीज फैक्टर। तो ड्रग फैक्टर में आपको पता होना चाहिए इट डिपेंड्स ऑन ड्रग्स की फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी, केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी, नेचर ऑफ द ड्रग, एब्सॉर्प्शन, बायोबिलिटी एंड प्लाज्मा ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ द ड्रग। in patient factor, condition of the patient, associated disease of the patient, personality of the patient, and convenience of the patient. In disease factor, emergency condition, poisoning condition, local action required, systemic action. These are the different three factors on which selection of the route is depends. Okay, so here we complete our route of drug administration lecture. Thank you.